Tacopina joins us again. Thank you for coming in this morning, Joe. So just give us a sense of how you expect your day to unfold.
You know, really, there's a lot of mystery here because we're doing something that's never been done before. We're having an arraignment at 100 Center Street with Secret Service involvement. So, you know, I know Secret Service is running this show from the outside, the court officers.
We know no handcuffs, but he will be fingerprinted?
Yeah, I think there will be a typical processing, which does not take long, 20, 30 minutes. There won't be handcuffs, but yeah, he'll be processed the way anyone else would be, to a degree, again, with Secret Service involvement, and then we'll appear before a judge, you know, deal with a couple issues right off the bat, and it won't be a long day in court.
And you'll see the indictment for the first time. Have you had any further talks with prosecutors?
You know, just about certain procedural things, but nothing substantively regarding the indictment. They have not shared it with us, won't share it with us until it's unsealed, but we know the basis of the indictment and the factual allegations in the indictment.
You know, we've talked about this a couple of times. It appears that at least part of the indictment is dealing with falsifying the business records, which, as you've pointed out, is a misdemeanor in New York. I'm just wondering, would the president consider pleading guilty to a misdemeanor to make this go away?
George, one thing I could assure you of, as I sit here today, there will be no guilty plea in this case. That's one thing I can guarantee you. I don't think this case is going to see a jury. I think it's going to go away on papers. I think there's a legal challenge that will be made and should be made successfully. You know,
that's based on not seeing the charges.
But it's based on not seeing, but understanding the base of the charge, which is going to be regarding a federal election and a state prosecutor bringing charges on a federal campaign law violation theory that has never been prosecuted before. I mean, you know, we're going to be making a lot of motions. Obviously, selective prosecution, motions to dismiss will be coming. There'll be a lot more. But we'll decide that once we see the indictment.
There's been some speculation that the judge might impose a gag order. Have you heard anything about that?
There's no indication that there will be a gag order. It can't happen in this case. Look, when you have a gag order, you have to balance a couple things. The First Amendment, right, which is important to all of Americans, and the right to a fair trial for both sides. So that's a balancing act. Here you have something uniquely different. The defendant is the leading Republican candidate for the office of the President of the United States and will be campaigning. Hard to put a gag order when he's going to be fielding questions about his current legal situation. So, but there's been no indication that there'll be a gag order imposed or even attempted to be imposed.
So we will be hearing from President Trump tonight?
You will be. Yes, you will. He plans on, after court, leaving and making a statement at Mar-a-Lago tonight.
Joe Tacopina, thanks very much.